Hello guys, welcome back to the sixth video in the series. And in the previous videos, we have looked at map view, scene view, and these different components here, and which we use for 2D and 3D rendering of the map elements. Today we'll be starting with the layers, and the first one we'll be covering is the graphics layer. So the graphics layer, we can say when we want to render some graphics or a point, it could be anything. So we want to render or display it on our map, we have to use the graphics layer. So the graphics layer, we can say a map can have multiple or can contain different layers, and graphics layer, it's also a part of a map. So when we want to display graphics on our map, we use a graphics layer to do this. So in this video, what we want to do is we want to render a marker on our map. So we will be using this graphics layer. We will be using the other components which for example graphic and a symbol and a point or it could be anything like point, line, or a polygon. And but for this one we'll be using just a point. Okay, a point can contain x, y, and z coordinates. Okay, so it's like we can say it's just the coordinates which a point contains, and then this point it's used in a graphic. Okay, and this graphic property or this graphic class contains the symbol and the geometry. The point which we will be creating is this is the geometry. So let's get started with this one, and then we will understand this more clearly. So first thing we have to do is we will be importing this graphics layer. So let's come back to our code, and we will be commenting this code as we are not using this anymore, and we will be just using our map view component. And the graphics layer, we can add it to the map view or scene view. So like we can add it to, on the 2D map elements or 3D map elements. So any graphic we want to display on our map, we can easily display it on our 2D or 3D map elements. Okay, so let's come to this code here. And the first thing we'll be doing is we will be importing the graphics layer. All right, so we have our graphics layer here. And now this graphics layer, it's a class. And now we will be creating an object from this one. And let's come to the use effect here and create. Okay. All right. So we have created a graphics layer object from this graphics layer class, and we'll be adding this graphics layer to our map. So for this one, what we have to do is we will be calling our map view dot map. Okay, because the map view and map, so we can say they are both connected with each other. So we want to add this layer on our map, so we will be calling our view, and then from the view we'll be calling the map object. Okay, and after this what we'll be calling is add. So there are two options here, add and add many. So when we want to add multiple layers on our map, we'll be using the add many, which we'll be looking in the future videos. But for now, what we want to do is we just want to add this graphics layer on our map. So I'll be calling this add, and then we'll be giving the name of our graphics layer. All right. So now this graphics layer, it's added onto our map. But if we go to our map, we see nothing here. Okay, so it's just we have, what we did is we just added a layer which is our graphics layer onto our map. So now the next step is to create the graphic or the marker which we want to display on our map. So for this one, what we have to do is we have to go down a little, and here we will see this in other popular classes, graphic. Okay, this is the one we'll be using. A graphic is it could be anything. It could be a point, polyline, or a polygon. Okay, so it's just a representation. Okay, and a graphic class contains two, we can say, the properties. One is a geometry symbol, and we can also give it attributes. But for now, what we'll be using, we'll be just using this geometry and the symbol. So geometry is like just a coordinates which we have to give here. So we'll be using the point class, which we have here, this point. We can use polygon or polyline. So, but we'll be using for now point, and the other thing is the marker symbol. So we can see here in our graphic class, it contains geometry, symbol, and attributes. We can also give the attributes like something it will display there when we click on this marker, or when this marker is rendered on the map, it will give us some information. So let's create, import this graphic, and then we will be using the other, like we'll be creating this point and the marker symbol. So let's come back to our code here. Okay, and then here I will be creating the graphic. So we can give it a name, something like, just for now, we'll give it the name graphic, new graphic. Okay, the first thing we have to do is we'll be importing this graphic class also. So let's see if, no, so we have to do it. Import graphic from, okay, and this graphic, it's the part of the other classes. So it's we can see it's here. It's easier to find. All right. So the graphic, okay, and now as we were talking before, it contains a geometry, okay, which we discussed before. It could be a point, polyline, or polygon, but here we will be using a point. So let's give it for now just a point, which we'll be creating. And the other thing we talked about, it's the symbol, okay. And for this one, I will just give it the name marker symbol. Okay. So now we see two things here. One is a point and the marker symbol. So we need to create these two. Okay. So now I will be importing the point, and from, so this one, it's part of the geometry. So we need to go to geometries. Okay, and where is the point? All right, this one, it's done. So the other thing we need to do is we need to import is simple marker symbol from the our package, which is we are using is ArcGIS core. Okay, and let's search. So it should be, I think, marker symbol. It will be part of. Let's go down, and yeah, here is symbols. It should be here. Simple, yeah, simple marker symbol. Okay, so now what we'll be doing is we will be creating our point. And as we were talking before, point, it's just like it contains X, Y, and Z coordinates. Okay, and this point, it's just giving us the coordinates where we want to render our marker, or this point. All right. So for this one, I already have here these coordinates. So I'll be using the same. So let's come here, and the first one we'll be calling is the longitude, and the second is latitude, Okay, so we have created a point here. Okay, and now the next thing we'll be doing is we'll be creating the marker, and we have here the name, and we'll be calling the simple marker symbol here. Okay, and here in simple marker symbol we can actually customize this. So let's go here and see from the example if we can find a good example, or we can just display a normally symbol for now, it doesn't matter. But okay, we have here this symbol. So actually this one is also a pretty good example. But here what they are doing is they are not actually calling this new simple marker symbol class. So in this ArcGIS Maps SDK, we can actually skip this new, and we can just specify the type and it will create the symbol for us. So like we can use this also, but let's see, we can see any other example here. And okay, so there are different examples actually given here. So what we are using is okay, so it's a simple builder gallery. So let's explore this one, what we can find here. And maybe, yeah, it's pretty good thing actually. We can build something customized here, and let's do it quickly. Okay, we want it a circle, and yep, the size, we'll give it the size 10. And what's the difference with this one? Okay, we don't want, so okay, it's just, I think it's changed the layer to 3D. We don't want this. And the color, I think it's yeah, good for us. And now if we look at the code here, and yeah, we can copy this actually, and we can use the same. We'll just copy this code here, and they are actually importing this SimpleLineSymbol class. We don't want to. Okay, let's come back to our code, and here, okay, they are actually calling the color class also, and sim simple line symbol. So we can actually import both of these if we want to display like this here, a little customized symbol. So if we go back here and just we check here, where is our color, and okay, let's go here, visualize simple. Okay, so this color is actually okay, in core it's a separate class here, and the symbol, it's coming from the same place. Okay, so now what we have to do is we'll be quickly importing these two also. And the first one is simple line symbol, and yeah, and the other one is the color. Yeah, it's here. Okay, so it's done. Okay, and now what we have to do is we created this graphic. Now if we go to our application, we will not see. Okay, why is it okay, okay, it's yeah, loading the application. Currently we don't see any symbol or graphic on our map. So what we have to do is we actually created this graphics. Now we need to add this graphic to our graphics layer, which we created above. Okay, so here I will be doing this. We will be calling graphics layer dot add. The same, we can see the option here, add many. We want to just add one. and we will be calling this name graphic. Let's save it, and let's go back to the application. Okay, perfect. We can see our symbol here. Let's zoom. Okay, so this is actually the location for Burj Khalifa, and which I have given here. So we can see it's rendering our symbol, or we can say the graphic on our map. Okay, guys, so that's it for this video, and in the next video we'll be exploring more of the layers and different symbol and other components of ArcGIS Maps SDK. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye bye.